Hi friends, welcome to the New Thought Center for Spiritual Living. Please enjoy this pre-aired service. We are all staying home and staying cozy today. We love you so much. We'll see you next Sunday in person. Love you. Yes, Brian Harris and the New Thought Messengers. Well, hello. How are y'all? So, yes, I was here early because no, I did not blow dry my hair. I'm just saying. No, I'm teasing. I'm kidding. Hello, welcome to the New Thought Center for Spiritual Living. I love you. I just love you. I'm Shannon O'Hurley. I get to be your senior minister. It is such a blessing to be here together, isn't it? Those of you here in person, those of you online, welcome. So glad you are here. We are an inclusive, progressive, and compassionate spiritual community. We are dedicated to spirit-led social action in the world. Know that we have mindfully and we have thoughtfully created a place just for you, exactly as you are right now, this day. Isn't that beautiful? You just get to be here just how you are. Yes? So let's take a deep breath. This is the point in our service where we acknowledge that we are on the ancestral land of the Kalapuya people, and we affirm indigenous history, experiences, and sovereignty. I would like to now take a moment and kind of anchor our time together by reading together our vision and our mission as you are comfortable. Our vision, recognizing our oneness. We envision a world that works for everyone and all creation, and our mission, providing spiritual tools for personal and global transformation. I would love it if you all would be willing to turn around and wave to the camera so we can say hello to those watching from home. Hello, know that you are here in spirit. We love you all. And with that, I'm going to invite practitioner Shelley up to give us our opening blessing.
Thank you, Reverend Shannon. I'd like to invite you to rest. Rest your body, rest your eyes, rest your heart for just a moment in the awareness of the one love that is everywhere present. I know that there is a power that is infinite. It goes by many names. I call it God, I call it Spirit, I call it peace. The unmoved mover, life everlasting. But whatever name I call it, I know that its capacity, its activity is love. And so knowing that this love is everywhere present, that this love animates everything I see, everything I do, my very being, in that place of love, I speak a word of blessing on our time together. How very, very good it is this day to be in community, to be in a place and a time that remembers the truth of love. That despite any appearances in our lives, in our bodies, in our world, this love is found right where we are. And so I speak a word of blessing on all of the hurting people this morning. People who are affected by the shootings in California, the women and men and people and our siblings who are marching all across this country this day, just so we can remember our rights and our autonomy. I speak a word of blessing for all of the activities of love this day, and especially this community of grace. So for the music, for the message, for the people, for the children, my God, for the children, I am so grateful. I am so grateful. And we let it be. Blessed, blessed be. And so it is. And so it is. And we're going to continue this time of spiritual practice as I light a candle. A candle that invites us to remember that there is a light everywhere present. I invite you to stand as you're able and join us in this simple song. The lyrics are going to be on your screen available for you. But allow yourself this opportunity to use your breath and to use your voice and connect with your tongue speaking the truth, that this love that is everywhere present is with you and for you now and always.
My body, my soul are part of a perfect whole. My heart and my hands are stirring a sacred plan. I know that it's true when all that I am comes down to you. I know that it's true. I know that I can rely on you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, love I give to you. All that I am, all that I am, all that I am, love I give to you. My thoughts and my mind belong to eternal time. My heart and my song, you're writing them all along. I know that it's true when all that I am comes down to you. I know that it's true. I know that I can rely on you. All that I am, all that I and so it is.
Blessed be. I'd like to invite now a beautiful practitioner, Dana Butler, for our sacred reading.
Good morning. This is from the female Islamic saint and central figure in the Sufi tradition. Rabia was born nearly 500 years before Rumi. She, perhaps more than any other poet, influenced his writings. This is her poem entitled In My Soul. In my soul, there is a temple, a shrine, a mosque, a church where I kneel. Prayer should bring us to an altar where no walls or names exist. Is there not a region of love where the sovereignty is illumined nothing, where ecstasy gets poured into itself and becomes lost, where the wing is fully alive but has no mind or body? In my soul, there is a temple, a shrine, a mosque, a church that dissolve in God. Blessed be, and so it is.
Thank you, Dana. It's now my distinct pleasure to invite Glenn Hoover to come rock out for us. Have you been praying and still have no answers? Have you been pouring out your heart for so many years? Have you been hoping that things would have changed by now? Have you cried all the faith you have through so many tears? Don't forget the things that love has done before, and remember it can do it all once more. It's like the brightest sunrise waiting on the other side of the darkest night. Don't ever lose hope, hold on and believe. Maybe you just haven't seen it, just haven't seen it yet. You're closer than you think you are. Only moments from the break of dawn. All these promises are just up ahead. Maybe you just haven't seen it, just haven't seen it yet. Oh, maybe you just haven't seen it, just haven't seen it yet. Oh, maybe you just haven't seen it. There's a solution when you have the problem. It sees the best of you when you feel at your worst. So in the questioning, don't ever doubt this love for you, 'cause it's only in this love you'll find a breakthrough. It's like the brightest sunrise waiting on the other side of the darkest night. Don't ever lose hope, hold on and believe. Maybe you just haven't seen it, just haven't seen it yet. You're closer than you think you are. Only moments from the break of dawn. All these promises are just up ahead. Maybe you just haven't seen it, just haven't seen it yet. Oh, maybe you just haven't seen it, just haven't seen it yet. Oh, maybe you just haven't seen it. Life is moving with a love so deep. Hallelujah for the victory. Good things are coming even when we can't see. We can't see it yet. We believe that life is moving with a love so deep. Hallelujah for the victory. Good things are coming even when we can't see. We can't see it yet. We believe
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Glenn Hoover and the New Thought Messengers. Oh, just haven't seen it yet. Anybody? So, my talk today is called What's in a Blessing? What is in a blessing? So, Friday afternoonish, I went to Trader Joe's, and there was a beautiful sort of display of hyacinths. You know, they're in season, the beautiful hyacinths with all the things, all the colors. And there was one sad little bunch that were completely typed, and I had no idea what color they were. They were green. And I thought, I'm just going to take you home, honey. I had no idea. Put it in the basket. Then I went to go get, there's a whole grain sesame bread that I love from there. And they were out of it. And a woman came by who works there. And I just asked her, hey, do you know when you're going to get this in? And she said, let me order it for you. I thought, how fabulous are you? And she said, I'll find you. So I continued with my shopping. Sure enough, in a few minutes, she comes with her little yellow slip. She said, what's your name? What's your phone number? I'll order this. When would you like it? I'm going to go pick it up this afternoon. What a delight. And then later that evening, I was walking our little dog Malachi, and we walked around this corner, and there's a house in our neighborhood that still has Christmas lights. And I don't mean a little Christmas lights. I mean all the Christmas lights, like all of them. There are these sort of Christmas tree-looking trees near the entrance of their doors that are wound with lights, and everything is lit. And as we walked around the corner, I saw they still have their full Christmas tree with a star on the top. I thought, how wonderful, how wonderful. Now those three things, the hyacinths, the bread, and the Christmas lights, there was a time in my life I would have named them as good. I would have said, what a wonderful thing. Isn't that lovely? What a delight. What a delight. But something changed in me last year, the beginning of last year, and I'll get to that in a moment. And I started to see these things that I named good and lovely and wonderful as blessings. As blessings. Yeah. Here are the blessings of the hyacinths. I woke up this morning and they were blooming just for us. Just for us. So, I think it was Saturday Night Live a while ago that started mocking the sort of rote, saccharine version of a blessing, usually someone with a southern accent. Well, bless your dear heart. Well, aren't you just the sweetest little blessing, you? Oh, God bless you. Bless, bless, bless. Sort of hijacked the whole idea for a while. And I would become, actually, when I had the impulse or the impetus to naturally say, bless you, God bless, I'd stopped because I didn't ever want to make anyone, feel uncomfortable. And I certainly didn't want to be like a caricature of a minister. I navigate enough, my friends, with Rev in front of my name. Speaking of which, what happened at the beginning of last year is I was on a call. I was ordering something online, and I had to call, and it's an 800 number, whatever it was. And I started having a lovely conversation with the woman on the other end. I don't even remember what it was for. I have absolutely no idea. But we got to the part in the conversation where she said, okay, could you please give me a good email address? And I went, That's Rev Shannon. ... Now, when I would say Rev, please understand one of three things happens. The first, people are like, Mev, Lev, Pev, what? Like it means nothing. I sail right through. Second thing that happens, if I say Rev Shannon, they say suddenly, oh, sure, and suddenly the call ends very quickly. But the third thing is what happened. I said, that's Rev Shannon, and she got quiet, and she said, is that for Reverend? And I said, yes. And she said, oh, bless you. And it healed me in that moment. Bless you. I received this blessing from this complete stranger, and it was so authentic, and it was so real, and it was so not what the jokes are about. It was a true and real blessing. And she inspired me to heal that within myself. And so I spent 2022 healing that. And I want to bring it to you today because it has changed my life. It has changed the way that I view life. The flowers, the bread, the kindness of the woman in the store, the Christmas lights. They are all of them a blessing. Now, what is a blessing? What does that even mean? What is a blessing? Well, let me tell you, it is one of the most ancient practices in the world. In fact, in the Jewish tradition, blessing, someone who is very observant in that tradition might say 100 blessings a day. It's bracha or brachot. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yes? Good. Thank you. Thank you, Ellen. Brachot is the plural. Because in the Jewish tradition, there are blessings for bread, and there's blessings for waking, and there's blessings for sleeping, and there's blessings for all of the things. All of the things. You know, 20-some years ago, before, when I was in this, but I wasn't even a practitioner yet, I was an actor in my previous life, and my minister, she was kind of, my manager was named Miriam, and whenever I would book a job or whenever something would go well, she would automatically say, bless, bless. And as I was thinking about this, I was remembering how good that used to make me feel. She grew up in an Orthodox Jewish tradition, and even though she didn't practice orthodoxy, she still had some of those beautiful traditions that she carried with her, and she would always say, bless, bless, bless. And I remember how it used to make me feel. It used to make me feel good. It used to make me feel supported. It used to make me feel like there was an extra level of divinity in whatever it was I was doing. This idea of blessing is even from the Celtic tradition. The Irish are known for blessing every single thing as well. We actually have an Irish blessing that we happen to say at the end of every service. May you go in the light, as the light, and with the light until we meet again. A blessing upon leaving, right? Well, in the pre-Christian Druid traditions, the poets and the bards would travel the land and they would bestow or give blessings upon people. And this is pre-Christianity, so it would be about Mother Nature, right? This is old. This is in our DNA, this idea of blessing things. This idea of blessing things is rich in its traditions. So what is a blessing anyway? What does that even mean? It doesn't mean that we sort of, announce that something is holy. Dun, 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 I'm going to give you a blessing. No, it is simply naming something good with a capital G. Blessings were given before it was even connected to God or the God of their understanding at the time. To bless is to name something good. You do not need to be a practitioner to bless. You do not need to be a minister to bless. You just need to be human. And to see the good. We can bless anything. I've had some of the most beautiful blessings. When I moved into the neighborhood, Reverend Barb, who will be speaking again in a couple of weeks, I think, she came and led a house blessing. And all of the practitioners came, and members of the board came, and members of the staff came, and we blessed the outside of my house. And then we came into my living room, and we circled the living room, and everyone went around and said a blessing on my house. And I could hardly keep back my tears of gratitude. It was so moving to me, this blessing, this goodness, naming it good. Take a moment and think about the good in your life. Think about the good in your life. You at home, you here. Now just think of that good as a blessing. As a blessing. I invite you to look around the room you're in. So here in the sanctuary, you might look at the clothes you are wearing. You at home, look at the clothes you are wearing. What a blessing. The people it took to make the clothes you are wearing. Look at the paper. Some of you are taking notes. Some of you at home. The people, the blessing of that paper, of that pen, of that phone, of that technology you might be taking notes on. Look up, look at the lights, the electricity, for God's sake, what a blessing. I invite you to look at your life, big and small, and notice the blessing in all of it. This will help, especially on days like today where there was yet another shooting. It is so hard. It is so painful. It is so difficult. I invite you to take that and at the very same time acknowledge that divinity, that God, that Spirit, that blessings are there. As Shelley so beautifully prayed in the opening prayer, all of the people who are marching today, I know some of you are going to be marching later this afternoon, and those of you at home, what a blessing. Not only the blessing of the many people 50 years ago that marched, but the blessing of today, recognizing that, as Glenn sang, we may not see it yet, but God is at work, Spirit is at work, love is at work through us, as us. And the more we bless, and the more we recognize the blessings in our life, the more blessed our life becomes. We humans bless each other all the time. We don't even know it. We don't even know it. Yesterday was the celebration of life for my dear colleague, Reverend Norm Bouchard, a minister that I hold in my heart and always will. And because I was speaking this morning, I got to tune in online with 100 other people. And I was watching the service, and I was taking in the music and the people speaking, and I was thinking, gosh, this blessing. How not only Rev Norm blessed our lives, but the sharing of him and the sharing together yesterday was such a profound blessing. We bless each other all the time. I knew I was going to be talking about this, and when I was at Trader Joe's, I was in line and someone sneezed. I turned around and I went, God bless you. It can be easy to bless the people we like, the people we love. The random strangers, of course there are no strangers, they're angels in disguise who sneeze. It's not as easy to bless those we don't like. I'm going to get to that in a second. Because first I want to talk about blessing ourselves. Blessing ourselves. Mary Oliver wrote, "Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed. Sometimes I need only to stand wherever I am to be blessed." How do we bless the parts of ourselves that we don't care for? How do we bless the aspects of our personality that we don't like? How do we do that? So Barbara Brown Taylor is an Episcopal priest, retired now, incredible author, theologian. I just love her work. And she tells a story about a congregant in her community who for over a year had a recurring nightmare that was really debilitating. And she explains that his nightmare was that there would be a knock at the door. He would go to the door, he would open it, and there would be this big kind of demon monster. And it was really terrifying and really, really scary. And he would battle, and it was just a dream. It was just a dream, but it was a really hard nightmare. He would battle with the monster, but despite his efforts, he would always lose, and the monster would take over. And he would wake up in a sweat, and his sheets were wet, from sweat and terror. And this went on for over a year. Can you imagine? He developed insomnia because he would even be afraid, even on nights when he didn't have the nightmare, that he was going to have the nightmare. So you can imagine how hard this was for him. So what happened is one night, in the middle of the dream, there's the knock on the door. It's all a dream. It's all pretend. For you young ones in the audience here. He opens the door. There's the monster. And instead, he decides in the dream to bless the demon, to bless the monster. Have you ever had a dream like that where you actually change the dream mid-dream? He changed it, and he just started blessing this monster. He started blessing this demon. He just kept saying, bless you. I bless you in the name of peace. I bless you. 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 And surely the demon just started to get smaller and smaller and smaller. I bless you. I bless you. I bless you, until finally the monster disappeared and went away and never came back again. Now, a Jungian analyst might say, so that was a part of himself that he was afraid of, that he was ashamed of, whatever it might be, the shadow work. I'm not going to be an armchair psychiatrist here. What I am going to say is there is incredible power in blessing the parts of ourselves that we are ashamed of, that we don't love, that we hide. I'd like for you all to take a deep breath. Are you willing? Let's bless ourselves. Let's take a deep breath. Those of you at home, a nice deep breath. And in the safety of this place, just gently bring into your mind's eye whatever that part of you may be that is longing to be loved. What is that part within you that is calling to be loved, to be blessed? It's something different for everyone. Whatever that may be, whatever that part of you is, maybe it's defensive, maybe it's shame, maybe it's unworthiness. Whatever it is, I invite you to gently, with all the love in your heart, just bless it. I bless you. Bless it. Bless it. Bless its sharp edges. Bless its shame. Bless its unworthiness. Bless its fear. Bless it. Just bless. Extend love to that part of you. Extend love to that part of you. Taking in another deep breath. Feel that part of you soften. Feel that part of you get lighter. Allow that love in. Even if it's just a little. Bless it. Take in another deep breath, and when you're ready, open your eyes. Did you feel that? Yeah. I invite you to notice when you're hard on yourself. Instead of going down that rabbit hole and getting harder on yourself, bless yourself. Give yourself that blessing. Give yourself that blessing. Now, what if we could extend that same amount of grace to someone else? What if we could extend a blessing like that to someone we don't like? For the purposes of this, I'm not talking about an abusive situation. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, that's a different talk for a different time. I'm talking about just someone that really irks you, rubs you the wrong way. Could be in politics, maybe. Maybe not. Whatever that is for you, whatever that is for you. I say with love, y'all know that. Right? So let's do this. Are you ready? Takes courage. Are you ready? Take a deep breath. Bring into your mind's eye someone who drives you bananas. Someone you know, or maybe someone on TV, out in the world, someone that's just difficult for you. Just bring them the safety, the absolute safety in this place. I invite you to extend them a blessing in the same way you extended yourself a blessing. Blessing their shadow, blessing their pain, blessing their suffering, blessing their shame, blessing their fear, blessing their unworthiness, their feeling of unworthiness. Blessing that part of them. Bless. Bless. Send love is another way of saying that. Just send love. Just send love. Just send love. Participate in the healing of this, my friends, and send love. Bless, bless, bless. Bless their hard edges. Bless their stubbornness. Bless their ignorance. Just bless the parts of them that are hard to love. Bless it. Bless it all. Send them love. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Richard Rohr said, "The Lord comes to us disguised as ourselves." The Lord comes to us disguised as ourselves. In other words, in our metaphysical teaching, spirit within us, love within us can absolutely pray for anyone. Love within us can say anything with love. Love within us can bless the hard places. Love within us can send love. Always, always. So in our metaphysical teaching, this whole idea really of blessing, first of all, is to pray ceaselessly. When we are acknowledging all the blessings around us, everything, everyone, our life becomes a blessing. We live this faith. And as we do that, as we engage in that activity and that action of blessing, and you know, all month I've been talking about this idea of first thought, second thought, first action. If your first thought is, I really don't like that person, perhaps your second thought might be, oh, maybe that's a call to bless them. And that becomes the action. It doesn't mean you have to agree with what they do. It doesn't mean you have to agree with their politics. None of that. It simply means that you can participate in the peace process on the planet rather than us and them. We can bless it all. We can hold it all. We're strong enough to do that. We're here to do that. We incarnated to do that. Every single one of us. The metaphysical law, if you will, what blessing brings, it's called the law of reciprocity. We also say that every single Sunday. What you put out into the world returns to you multiplied abundantly. You do not give to get, but it's a lovely thing, isn't it? The more you bless, the more you receive blessings. Isn't that magnificent? And as we remember our oneness, as we truly remember our oneness, this becomes so much easier, and it is ancient. In Sanskrit, in the Upanishads, Tattvamasi, thou art that, Tattvamasi, thou art that. God, Spirit, Source, is in every single thing, whether we know it or not, whether we're acting out or not. So, this week, as you move into this time of blessing, I'm really going to invite you, even as you walk to your car today, or for you at home as you walk to your kitchen, or if you're driving in your car and you're listening, notice the blessings in everything. Notice the blessings in this piece of whatever this is. Somebody made it. Some person got that divine idea to make this thing that holds this thing so that Glenn can come up here and sing another great song for us. What a blessing. I invite you to see it all as a blessing all around you. The second thing I invite you into this week is to make it a practice especially when you are hard on yourself, when that inner critic comes up. Bless yourself. Put your hand on your heart if it helps your tender, sweet, beloved heart that holds the heart of God. The heart of the divine lives here. Let that be a reminder to you. Let that be a reminder to you to bless yourself so that you can bless others authentically in a real way that has meaning. Even those you don't like, and I would say especially those you don't like. One of the most ancient scriptures across religious traditions is love your enemies. This is what that means. And this is how we will participate in bringing more peace and light to the planet. Let's pray. Thank you. Let's pray. Practitioners, I invite you to come forward. Oh, what a blessing it is to be here at this time in this life, to recognize the blessing all around us, the Spirit, this source, quantum consciousness, universal reality, God, Yahweh, whatever word works for you. Allow in this moment the recognition of this one divine power that lives and breathes at the center of our being and that is everywhere present around us. In everything we see, every sound we hear, everything is Spirit made manifest. And so what a blessing it is to know that the outermost God or Spirit or love and the innermost God or Spirit or love is one God, Spirit, love. And we have the opportunity to take this love out into the world and bless it. We have the opportunity through our blessing to make the crooked places straight, to bring light to the shadowed places, to bring love and listening, to speak up when it is needed. What a blessing. To listen deeply when it is needed. What a blessing. I am so grateful for this life that is blessing me and every one of us. And I allow this prayer to be a beacon of love to all of our family and friends, blessing them, all of them, and to everyone, all people who gather in churches and mosques and synagogues and temples and ashrams and circles and planning meetings and marches, blessing them, blessing them. To all people experiencing violence, difficulty, challenge, blessing them, blessing them, blessing them, blessing them. To this beautiful Chinese New Year, this day that starts it, this year of the rabbit, blessing, 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 blessing. I am so grateful for this, for all the ways that we bless each other and that we are blessed. And so it is from this place of grace and absolute gratitude and thanksgiving, so much gratitude, that I allow this to be. And so it is. Blessed be. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you. Bless you, Reverend Shannon. Thank you for that message. This is our time for conscious giving. I'd like to invite you to consider your gift this day to help support this community and this message, this brilliant message of love and acceptance and peace for our world. There are many ways that you can contribute. Some people have set up an automatic gift that automatically comes off of their credit cards or out of their checking accounts. You can do that on our website. And if you're here in the building and you have one of those, you might have one of these affirmation cards to put in the basket. I like to text my gift at 503-966-3236. You set it up one time and it's so easy and wonderful. My goal this year is to outgive God. So far, it's not working, but I'm going to keep trying. Whatever your gift is, I just want you to know it's received with so much gratitude. And I'd like for us to speak a word of blessing on this gift. Doesn't that sound different now? I invite you to join me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. All right. I'm grateful for you, Glenn Hoover.
Hush now, child, and don't you cry. Your folks might understand you by and by. Just move on up towards your destination. Though you may find from time to time complication. Bite your lip and take a trip. Maybe a red road ahead you cannot slip. Just move on up for peace you find. Into the steeple of beautiful people with only one kind. So hush now, child, and don't you cry. Your folk might understand you, and by, so move on up and keep on wishing. Remember your dream, it's only a scheme, so keep on pushing. Move on up. Move on up. Take nothing less than the supreme best. Don't obey the rules people say, 'cause you can pass the test. Ha! Just move on up to a greater day. Just a little bit, put your mind to it. You can surely do it. Come on now. Glenn Hoover.
Glenn Hoover, Brian Harris, New Thought Messengers. I have to say, Brandon, that was quite groovy on the bass over there, man. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
So I would like to invite the practitioners down. You know, they are here to pray with you after service. They are here to provide blessings. It is such a gift. And those of you online, we have practitioners online. Also, you can go into a private room and receive prayer. If there is anything on your heart, anything that you would like a prayer or a blessing for, please, please avail yourself of their just incredible skill. And it's just such a gift, such a gift. I want to thank all of you who are here in person. Thank you so much for making this all that it is. I also want to thank all of you online. We have folks watching from all over Oregon, Colorado, Washington, Nevada, Arizona, California, Florida, Mexico, and Germany. Mwah! Thank you. We love you. Oh, my goodness. And just know about my meditation retreat that is coming up. That's going to fill up pretty quickly. And I am so excited to bring you even more spiritual practices and more meditations and things to get you into this beautiful blessing energy. So that's a lot of what that's about. So don't forget to sign up for that. Shelley Walker, please join me for our final blessing. I invite those of you to stand as you are able, and at home, please stand if you feel so called. May you go in the light, as the light, and with the light until we meet again. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. You are so loved. Mwah. Have a good week.
I release and I let go. I let